So good morning. So we'll be seeing about the continuations of the mechanical fingers. Okay. So when you are saying about a gripping by mechanical type fingers, so it will be say, less versatile and less dexterous than holding by the universal fingers. So as a grippers with the mechanical fingers on the பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா we'll have a fewer number of joints and lesser flexibility. So however வந்து என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா so economically the device will be cost over there. Okay. And we can able to categorize the number of fingers வந்து mechanical fingers வந்து பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா we'll have already said that we'll have a 2 finger mechanism, 3 finger mechanism, we'll have a 5 fingers mechanism. So out of all these things, the 2 fingers are to be the most popular one. Already I said you that we'll have a most popular that is a pivoting. Okay. So this is the two linkage gripper which is actuated by a linear drive system. So probably we'll have a pneumatic hydraulic piston, so which is able to pulls or pushes the linkage, which cause the rotations of the gripper linkages to close on and or open free and objects over that. Okay. So according to the number of grippers வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா so we'll have a multiple grippers. So in this system, design methods for each individual grippers are subject to those of a single grippers there. So according to the mode of gripping, we'll have external grippers and internal grippers. That what we have seen in already. What is the difference between the internal? So similarly, according to the degrees of freedom, so we know that mechanical grippers will be belongs to 1 degree of freedom, whereas the other few grippers which is found with more than 2 degrees of freedom. And we'll have a unilateral action devices, bilateral action devices, and multilateral action devices. So this is the diagram which shows the unilateral device and bilateral gripping device, and this is about the multilateral. That is, we'll have a different mechanisms which is behind over there. According to the part sources, so we may have a grippers which is to be named as an pneumatic gripper, hydraulic gripper, and electric gripper. And pneumatic will have the classifications of angular and parallel. So let me see pneumatic grippers. So pneumatic in the sense it don't have motors or gears, and similarly the power of piston cylinders used for a grippings over on it. So we all know that the thing is to be used for small and light package over there. Okay. So it is used where space is the issues, and we'll be going for a low cost. Okay. And the jacks which can be actuated directly by the piston. So whereas the case of a pneumatic gripper, which is a pick and place device which uses compressed air. Okay, they'll be using the compressed air in order to operate gripper jacks. So they are also called as fingers. It will be like a similar hand being in a human beings. Okay. So pneumatic, so as a name proposed, pneumatic na abdina enna abdina, it will be works with the compressed air. So it will be connected to a compressed air supply network. So air pressure வந்து pistons apply பண்ணும்போது what will happen அப்படின்னா the gripper will get closed. Okay. The only way to manage the force in the gripper வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா is to manage the air pressure in the air intake or in the valve over on it. Okay. So நம்ம இந்த pneumatic grippers எங்க யூஸ் பண்றோம்? So where it be using applications அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா so by means of grasping or holding the parts. Similarly, the grippers may move, insert, stack, or orient the parts to achieve a desired step in a manufacturing process. Okay. And we can able to remember what is the difference between the internal grippers and external grippers. So that is the finger parts which will be mounted on the inside of the fingers. External வந்து finger parts pressed against the outside of the components over on it. Okay. The next one, angular and parallel grippers. So angular and parallel grippers வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா so how were their jaws and moves. Okay. Angular jaws of grippers வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா that is swing வந்து will be open and closed on pivot. But whereas வந்து parallel jaws of gripper slides வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா they open and closed in tracks. So parallel gripper அப்படின்னாலே it is a type of pneumatic actuator, so which includes அதுல என்னென்ன இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா tooling jaws or fingers இருக்கும் which is used to grasp an object. Okay. So in the grippers வந்து will be run on compressed air, so they will be having the ability to pick up, place, hold, and release the objects while an action is being executed. Whereas in the case of an angular gripper வந்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா so they are to be the robust, they will be double acting or single acting grippers. So an integrated variable flow valve வந்து which is allows for easy convenience in order to adjust the speed of opening and closing the gripping jaw. Okay, in order to help with installations, so most grippers can be mounted from three different sides over on it. Okay, so what are the advantages of parallel jaw grippers அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, big advantage என்னன்னா we can easily replace the fingertips. So this will allow to redesign them to perfectly suit the applications of our needs over on it. Okay. Whereas in the case of an parallel grips வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, so air pressure வந்து pistonல apply பண்ணும்போது the gripper will get closed. Pressure is வந்து released ஆகும். எப்பன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா grippers will get open. So only on the manage on the force வந்து என்ன பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா, the gripper will to manage the air pressure in the air intake over on it. So this is the difference between the angular gripper and parallel gripper. So it will be less costly and more costly. It will save time. It's slow in processing. It cannot handle wide range of part size. So it can handle large size parts. So it don't resist side loads as well. So it can resist over on it. So the next thing we have to see about an hydraulic grippers. So hydraulic grippers வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, so it can able to provide better gripping power. And similarly, they will be more costly. And actually the hydraulic grippers வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, they are devices used with the pick and place robotic systems to pick up or place an object on an assembly like line or conveyor system. அதே மாதிரி hydraulic grippers வந்து பார்த்தோம்னா, they are heavy duty grippers that apply the type of forces required to handle heavy. Usually வந்து பார்த்தோம்னா, it can able to handle more than 50 kg. Okay, so advantage in எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா, they'll have the excellent gripping power. But with the car similarly will have a disadvantages, the added complexity of handling oil, pump, reservoirs. So இந்த மாதிரியான problems எல்லாமே இருக்கும் உங்களுக்கு. So it is less accurate than the pneumatic and electrical grippers, and they are messy and much more costly to maintain. And particularly, they are not suitable to uh, clean room, not suitable for clean room applications. The next one we have to see about an electric gripper. So electric gripper பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, it is used for high speed requirement. அதே சமயத்துல பார்த்தோம்னா, that is it is also known as servo electric grippers. So it will use an electric motor, so in order to control the gripper fingers. So electric grippers வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, they will be used for cobot applications including machine tending or the pick and place அது மாதிரி இருக்கும் உங்களுக்கு. So servo electric grippers வந்து it will control the movement of the jaws using the electric input from the robot control. Okay, and particularly they will be used in the industrial markets over on it. Okay, and they will use a light and moderate grip, and they don't create mess and don't put any dirt over on it, and will have a better control. But the size is big and it provides less force than the pneumatic. So mechanical fingers, we know that it is actuated by the mechanism to grasp an object. So it will have interchangeable because, but two fingers it will have enough to grip workpiece. So we'll have a mechanical gripper with two fingers and three fingers. So in the two fingers, we'll go for a pivoting or single gripping mechanisms, and we'll go for an translational gripper mechanisms. So pivoting or swinging gripper mechanisms, we'll have a slider crank, swing block, rotary actuators, and helps holding objects over there. Okay, and when you are saying about spring holes holding objects, and we'll have a translation, we can go for using screw, using cylinder piston, using piston bar linkages, using rotary actuators. So three fingers it will be versatilely increased by increasing number of fingers. So reason of adding one more finger it is used to increase the capability of grasping the objects in three parts. So we'll enable type grip for spherical objects. It is used for ball screw mechanisms. Okay, so we'll have a vacuum grippers. So vacuum grippers are the advantage and disadvantage. So magnetic gripper already said you that it is a simple method to grasp the ferrous materials. So principle என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா, it's same as the vacuum, except that cups are replaced by magnetic grippers. It is easy to control but needs electric power over here. So the permanent magnets வந்து பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா will have some disadvantage while releasing the object, whereas it is small in size and it has enormous holding power. So the lightweight design வந்து என்ன செய்யுதுன்னு பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா, it reduces wear on automatic equipment. Okay, so the remaining thing, so these are all the types of grippers, so which is the introductions what we have seen in the today's class. So the remaining thing we can see in the next class. Thank you.